Hello vinyl community, Jonas here to do a recent vinyl finds, and hopefully this is a short one because I want to do it under 15 minutes because the final cut won't, 15 minutes more. I'm going with the SeatGeek today. I don't have the Vertigo version, but Aphrodite Child 666, a masterpiece of a prog record. It's so damn good. Get it if you don't have it. But as the title says, this is the main reason for this is that I found 3 Swedish prog kind of grails. Not super hard to find, but still kind of hard to find. And the ones of you, like the 20 of you that know Swedish prog here and really like it and dig it, you will know about these ones. Yeah. So, but I'm gonna start off by showing this. This is Lindis Farne Roll on Ruby. I've had it for a year in my inbox or whatever you want to call it. Played it once, didn't like it, was gonna give it away, but now I changed my mind. I'm gonna save this. This is going in the collection. It's kind of good. It's commercial prog rock, more rock maybe, on Charisma. I also scored on a Goodwill in my town. I scored a Impulse record, and you never find Impulse records in Sweden, or not Sweden, but in Halmstad, in my town, on a Goodwill for $1. So I grabbed it right away. I'm gonna show you the label. I don't know if you like. I don't know too much about this, more than that Impulse had a lot of good players. Comes with an original, I think it's an original inner sleeve, and the label looks like this. And the vinyl is not in good condition. It's like in the same condition as the record. It has some scuffs and marks and pops sometimes, but yeah, and the sleeve's got some seam splits or whatever it's called. Oliver Nelson sound pieces. Okay album. It's okay. It's cool. It's not my favorite jazz album of all time, but it's a keeper. And I'm really pleased for finding it for $1 in a Goodwill shop here in town. Now moving on. I bought some stuff from the seller on Swedish eBay, Tradera. I bought the 3 prog records and 2 jazz records that I want to call like fillers to the score, really. I got these 2 that I'm going to show for $6 each. Stan Getz Sweet Rain on Verve. This is from 1967. And this is, I don't know if this is a second press, because it's a gatefold, or if it's, yeah, something like that. And the Verve looked like that back in 1967. This was really good. I like this. I have a hard time listening to bossa nova jazz, and this had some elements of that I didn't like, but other than that, it's awesome. I like the bass by Ron Carter, and I love the piano by Chick Corea that's playing on here. And Grady Tate played the drums, also really good, and Stan Getz was awesome. So I scored this for $6, and that's not a... You can find this cheaper, I think so. So if you find this for $1 or $2 or $3, buy it. If you like jazz, I don't think you'll be disappointed. And the other one I got from the same seller was this. This is Keith Jarrett's The Servivors Suite. I think it's called Suite or Suite. 2 tracks on each side, beginning and conclusion. And this has Charlie Hayden, Paul Motian, and Dewey Redman. And I won't show you the ECM. It's in mint condition, the record, as always with ECM records in Sweden. You can't find an ECM record in Sweden that isn't a near mint copy. It's impossible, you can't. So the 3 Prog Grails. I don't know if... I hate to say grail, really. I hate to say grail. I maybe have found 10 records in my... when I buy records that I consider really grails. But then again, my bar of the grail bar is rising every time. So maybe a year ago or 2, I would consider these 2 grails. But yeah, the first one is Solar Plexus, and I won't lie, I've been looking for this for some time, and I found it for a really good price. I got this for $18, about $18. So a 2 LP set, and this is recorded in 1978. I think it's recorded in 1978 or 72, something like that. And this has Monica Dominic and Carl Axel Dominic. It was really, I think, if I read correct, it was really their band. But then Jojje Wadenius and Tommy Slim Borgud came in, and those two were playing Made in Sweden, I think, at the time. Yeah, so those two really, really good. And on one track you have Tommy Körberg on vocals on one track, and he would become their singer in this band later on. And I want to read you a little line from the Progressive Music Encyclopedia at the end, because I can't remember everything about these records. So when I've showed the records, I read that. If you're interested, you listen to it. The second one I scored was Solar Plexus 2. They released 4 records, and this is the second one. Also kind of hard to get these days, and I scored this for $12, so even better. Excuse me. Yeah, this is not a double LP, this is a single LP. Take it out. And you have the guys playing here now. Jojje Wadenius has left the band at this point, so Tommy Körberg was in playing vocals or singing as a core member. Slim Borgud still playing drums. Monica and Carl Axel Dominic are still doing their thing, but they invited Bosse Häggström instead of Jojje Wadenius, and Bosse Häggström played guitar in Made in Sweden, so it's like the same guitar style or playing. And I'll show you the label because it's always cool. You have the inner sleeve with the lyrics, original inner sleeves on the other one too, and it's the same label on the other one too. Now it's not in perfect condition. It's like VG Plus, both records, both the Solar Plexus records, but it plays good, and for that price I'm super happy. You know, it's hard to get a near mint version of this at all these days, so I'm really, really happy with them. Awesome in my Swedish prog collection. So yeah, I'm gonna read you a line after the other one. So the next one is this. I've been looking for this really long, and it's not hard to get, but it's hard to get, and especially in good condition for a good price. You know the deal. Now I collect Jan Schaffer. Not collect, but the earlier stuff I collect, because he was playing so good back in the day. So this album I've been looking for since I knew about it. And the record is Baltic. This is a magnificent kind of record. If Solar Plexus is more like progressive political prog, they have instrumental parts that is really progressive, but they also have these political like lyrics and playing style. I don't know if you're Swedish, I think you understand what I mean. But this is more like a rock record. More like it has parts that is super progressive and awesome with long guitar solos, really garagey, not perfect guitar solos, but just, perfect enough. But more commercial, singing on almost every track, different singers and stuff like that. Now, why this is so special, except for Jan Schaffer, is that this is a supergroup record. It's like labeled as a supergroup record. You have the best of Swedish musicians at this time in 1972. I think it was recorded in 1970, somewhere like that. But the reason it's called Baltic is because they invited English musicians to play with them. So you have Swedish and English musicians. Looks like this. I maybe already shown it. You have the band members there, but it has Ola Brunket on drums, obviously. Göran Lagerberg from Tages playing on this. You have Bengt Dahlén from Fläsket Brinner, the awesome guitarist from Fläsket Brinner. Malando Gassama, Björn Jason Lind, Mike Watson, Karin Stigmark, I don't know who she is, Jon Bendel. And then you have Beverly Glenn, John Gustafsson, Claes Johansson. It's a really, really a mix between all the good players. And as I said, it's more commercial than I thought it would be. I haven't listened to this before I bought it. I wanted to wait to get the first impression. But they trade singing a lot on this. So Thomas Ledin, a famous Swedish singer, I was singing on one song and then another one singing on another one. Really, really cool. Highly, highly recommended. Yeah, it's so much. It's not. You can't put a finger on the kind of music it is because it's so diverse in the music. They change all the time. So that's really, really cool about it. I thought like maybe okay, this sounds just like Cream, and then it sounded like maybe Blue Oyster Cult or something like that, and then it sounded like Fläsket brinner, and then like a solo record by Jan Schaffer, and then it sounded like a sappy new Thomas Ledin song, and it really mixes. It's not a perfect album, and it's not the best prog album. None of these are. Not Solar Plexus. Solar Plexus was really, really good, the first one, but none of them are. But it's really, really spot on the kind of music that was in that time period, and that's cool, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to read to you. I'm going to start with Solar Plexus. Initially called Beska Droppar, this band was formed in 1971 when former Made in Sweden member Jojje Wadenius and Slim Borgud joined forces with jazz organist Monica Dominic and her classical trained pianist husband Carl Axel Dominic. The infamous double album debut was released in 1972 and is generally considered their crowning achievement. It was followed by an English version 6 months later with the Swedish language vocals from Wadenius re-recorded into English by former pop star Tommy Körberg. He had guests on one track on the original album and now became a full-time member. Wadenius left soon after to join American band Blood, Sweat and Tears. His replacement was Bosse Häggström, also from Made in Sweden. Solar Plexus played a variety of styles from complex progressive rock to political songs to classical pieces and everything in between. In 1973, the band backed Tommy Körberg on his solo album. Blah 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 blah. Körberg signed on for the new version of Made in Sweden and also recorded an album with Monica Nilsson. Häggström joined Vasa Express, another prog rock band in Sweden, while Slim Borgud became a race car driver, and I thought that was really, really cool. And I think Slim Borgud himself has released a LP that I'm looking for. I'm not super sure, on 4 Leaves, I think. Now Baltic. Baltic was a supergroup project put together by producer Anders Henriksson, and the name referred to the fact that it contained both Swedish and British participants who had to travel across the Baltic Sea to meet. The Swedish side featured musicians from bands like Fläsket brinner, Kebnekaise, Jason Fleece, Opus 3, Life, Atlantic Ocean, and Blonde, alongside such unlikely people as pop singer Thomas Ledin and jazz singer Claes Johansson. The Brits were headed by John Gustafsson, whose CV includes stints with legendary UK bands such as Big Three, Mercy Beats, Quartermass, Hard Stuff, and later on Roxy Music. Also participating were his fellow countryman, David Garrick of 60s group Red Squares, and Adrian Moore, who wrote most of the lyrics. This highly ambitious English language album featured vocals with very different styles, taking turns on singing, and is unique to the Swedish progressive scene. There are plenty of long instrumental passages and several tracks containing harmony leads from guitarist Bengt Dahlén and Jan Schaffer, who is playing more aggressively than usual. Some of the core musicians of this album will later move on to the jazz rock project Evolution, and that's the one I'm looking for. So I think I'll do this in 15 minutes, and I hope you enjoyed the records that I showed you. Have a nice day, bye.